here's how I made this. I can't really explain how I render and color without talking about the sketching first, because one of the traits I really like in my art is really sketchy line art. I just do that general sketch to get an idea of the pose I want. I do like to keep everything on separate layers until I'm done, and then I just merge them all together. And then once I'm done with the line art, I will go do the skin first. I'm using kind of a painty brush so that the opacity isn't all the way up, and make sure that has lots of texture. And I do each separate bed of color on a different layer, like the hair, the skin, the clothing, each different piece of clothing, might I add. And you can really see the opacity changes here with the jacket. And then in that same painty brush, I will go in and do a couple highlights on the clothes. And then just some basic shadows within the folds of it, making sure it's really loose and messy. Another thing that I like to do is color my line art. With the skin, you want to do like a dark red, and then the other stuff is just a darker color of that color. And then something I like to do too is make the hair on top of everything, so there's no line art on it, it's just color. And then also sometimes with little details, like you will see me add the top of the hat, the little fur bit. And then I just go over with your basic pillar shading multiplied layer just to get some more depth in it. I usually go with a color similar to the background or like an orange or red. And then once I'm done with that, I like to go in and add some more texture details with the line art brush and maybe some texture brushes as well, like some halftones, just in the highlights. And here I like to do a little bit of toning on the face, just to make it more lively. And then I like to go in with a render scratches brush and just scratch that out, give it lots of texture, and you can see the top of the hat I'm adding again, where I'm doing it on top of everything else and just doing it all in one layer like I'm painting it. And that's pretty much how I render and color, and then of course my favorite part, slapping a gradient map on top of it.